You talk about there's 4 pillars to taking ownership of your life. What are those and how do we implement them?
So the 4 pillars that we use is muscle, momentum, meaning, and mateship. And that ties into the fitness component, because I don't believe you can, well, as you were saying earlier, Josh, like fitness is an incredible tool, obviously, to make you feel good, but you can experience things that will happen in real life in a controlled, safe environment. And you can take those learnings or perspectives and implement them into other areas of your life. So when we look at the muscle, which is pillar 1, we look at health, fitness, and mindset, right? Or it could be any muscle. It could be your relationship muscle, your communication muscle, take what you want, right? It's flexing that muscle. What does that muscle need to look like in order for you to live the quality of life that you want to live, right? So from health, most people, whether you're running a business, you're working somewhere, you have a family, you need to have a certain level of health to get the most out of that, right? You can't be walking up flights of stairs and being puffed out, or you might have your kids wanting to play chase around the house and you can't do it because once again, your energy is not there or you're stressed or whatever. So it's going, okay, for my ideal life, this is how the level of fitness I need to maintain, or this is what the standard of my health needs to be like. For myself, I set standards around my communication, right, around what I want my relationship to look like, and I have to flex that, right? I was chatting with a mate yesterday, and he was saying, it's mental fitness. It's the reps are talking, right? The reps are spending time with your kids. The reps are working on your business. That's the reps. And we go, the more reps, the more intentional reps we do, the better the outcome. So you think about that across all areas of your life, right? That's why you can start in fitness with a muscle, but then you can put it in every area. Okay, we then go into momentum. You've got to be in action. If you're not in action, as I can't even remember who, I think it was Tony Robbins or someone, if you're not growing, you're dying. Right? If you're not in momentum, you feel like you can start thinking, I'm not worthy, I'll never achieve that. You may get anxious. You may even get depressed. Right? So what's the momentum that you're creating? Are you taking action, and where are you growing and where are you developing? So that looks like putting yourself on podcasts or having conversations that you maybe wouldn't have, or identifying skills that you don't have that you need to have in order to become the person that you want to become. What does that look like? Then you go, okay, well, I'm going to learn that here. Let's get into momentum. I've put it into my plan. Let's build some consistency, and away we go. Momentum provides feedback, right? I'm either doing really well with this or I'm not. Both are awesome because we get to know where we're at. But it's also motivating when you see growth. Like I know for you guys, when you hit a new PB on the bench or deadlifts or squats or whatever, even you get to a point where you're just trying to get 1 kilo on the bar and you're like, yes, you're working a 12-week block to do that. And then it's the greatest thing because all your hard work has paid off, even though day by day it may not feel like it, it does. We then go to meaning, which I think is what a lot of people lack. We're so busy as a society. I don't know how many times you guys say it a day. I say it every day where I'm like, someone's, how you going? I'm busy. Say, well, not really. I'm just doing a lot of shit that doesn't matter because I don't understand what I really want. And my calendar just gets full of things that don't really matter. So the best place to start with that is if people go, I don't have enough time to create the dream life, or if I don't have enough time to spend with my partner or work on my fitness, I go, show me your fucking calendar. You're spending 3 hours on Instagram a day, or you're doing, continuing to go to lunches that don't add any value to your life. What's the intention of doing all of these things? So if you were to do something now, for anyone that's listening, get your calendar out. And if you don't have a calendar, well, I would probably start by getting one and write down all the things that you do on a daily basis. Whether it's, for me, it's working with clients. I've got meetings. I even schedule in my downtime. So what I do now is I treat my life like a business. There has to be an intention. There has to be KPIs. There has to be a return on investment. The return on investment for my time. So if I'm catching up with mates, what am I doing that for? Am I at a period where I just want to go sink some beers with the boys? Awesome. If not, why am I doing that? Am I doing things that really matter to me? Am I going for a surf? Am I going to play golf? Am I going to, hit a hard training session? What's the intention? And then we go, obviously meaning's a big one, but my favorite one is the mateship. And I break that down to trust, integrity, and authenticity. Within the rugby culture that I grew up here in Australia, it's awesome, right? It's a lad culture. It's a lot of drinking beer. It's a lot of chasing women. And it's just a lot of banter, right? We talk shit. And as fun as that is, it wasn't empowering me, or it wasn't the right environment for me to create what I wanted from my life. So I was sitting there many times doing dumb stuff, and I was going, man, I feel like I'm still better than this. I want more from my life than this. But I didn't remove myself from the environment for a very long time. So when we look at mateship, are the people around you, do you trust them? You may, cool, tick. Authentic, or are you allowing yourself to be your authentic self? And I love fitness. And for a long time, I was just recreational drug use, drinking beers, neglecting fitness. I felt so unhappy. From the outside, I looked happy, but I was so unhappy. So build an environment, build a community of people who allow you to and empower you and challenge you to be the best version of yourself. It sounds easy, but it's hard to do because so many of us are still hanging around the same people we went to. We call it kindergarten. I don't know, like when you're 5 years old and you first go to school, kindergarten. I know what you guys call it. Cool. Yeah. We're still hanging around with them because it's like, oh man, they're my oldest friends. It's like, bro, they're fucking so different to you. It's not funny. It's not saying that they're shit people or you're better than them. You just want different. So go find that. So if you can implement that into, once again, all areas, if you're wanting to get fit, hang around fit people. You'll start understanding their physiology. You'll start understanding what they do outside of the gym, which is what really adds more value as well, because you're in the gym for an hour a day training, but you'll get to see how they eat. You'll get to see how they prioritize their sleep. You'll get to see them maybe sitting in the sun with their shirt off, getting some vitamin D. Like there's all these things that maybe we don't know that we can learn by hanging around people who have what we want. So they're the 4 pillars: muscle, momentum, meaning, mateship.